number 12, Darius Bowman, on that touchdown catch for Oklahoma State. Mark, maybe the best wide receiver in the country.
Good point. Nice spin move by Moreno, and there's the wow factor on display down to the 33.
This young running back Moreno out of New Jersey. Watch right here. And I know you're not going to say your favorite term. He put it on spin cycle.
Oh, he did.
But he did right there. I mean, this is an electric young running back right here.
Beside the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, who's 5 of 7 so far. Make that 6 of 8 with the completion on the edge. Moreno with a little bit of room and a burst. Found out today losing an upset to Appalachian State. Stafford completes it to Moreno, who's on the loose. Down to the 22 and a first down for the redshirt freshman. This is his understudy, Moreno. Turning the edge, and Moreno.
On ABC, the final race before the chase for the championship, the Chevy Rock and Roll 400 from Richmond, Mark, no?
And speaking of rock and roll, Moreno across midfield and down to the 41-yard line on the explosive burst.
Right here. But the cutback, and watch this move right here in the open field on Brandon Isaac. This kid right here, it's all the marbles right now on this game for the Southeast Conference East.
And right now, Georgia's Moreno.
Save that timeout. So Stafford dumps it off to Moreno. Got Haverkamp out there blocking for him. Moreno's off to the races and gets dropped at the 43-yard line. Handoff goes to Moreno. Moreno with a gaping hole to the left. Cuts inside the 10, runs to the pylon, and scores the touchdown. Knowshon Moreno, a 24-yard touchdown run. That's his first collegiate touchdown. Gives Georgia a 23-9 lead.
Jumping underneath to Moreno, and Moreno on the toss. Touchdown.
How about Matthew Stafford on that drive? How about this young offensive line?
And so Stafford going to pitch that ball out, and Moreno's got it, and Moreno's going in the end zone and scoring.
You saw Brown, the shoulder pads are off. He will not return, so Moreno will get the vast of the carries.
Stafford, draw play. Moreno, nice spin move. They keep it on the ground. Moreno comes left, huge hole. First and goal, Georgia at the 3. I formation again, power to the left side on 3rd and goal. Moreno up over the top. Did he break the plane? Yes. Georgia, touchdown. And here comes the entire team. Watch this for excessive celebration. We may have 15 hankies in the air on this one. I can't believe this.
This was planned. This was absolutely planned. Mark Richt decided that he is going to try to fire his team up. He's tired of Florida having the psychological advantage. He's willing to give up the penalty. Look at that. That was a planned move. Watch up here. The signal is going to come.
There, touchdown.
Holding on the field is confirmed. Touchdown. We will now discuss the penalty enforcement.
Now we will discuss the penalty.
Here's a 3rd down. Right side. Pass caught. 1st down. Stafford flips it out right side. Moreno cuts back inside. He's got a 1st down.
Jermaine Cunningham, number 49. You'll see him. He's got the back. Moreno, look at Cunningham have to stop. Cannot make the play. Good block on spikes, and Moreno shows you that flash and dash.
This is Sutherland in motion. Inside handoff. Moreno tries to dart outside. Nothing there. He'll make something. And he plunges to the goal line. Touchdown, Georgia.
You have to be tough, you have to be physical, and you have to be aggressive. And they have been all 3. It's a draw one way. It's stopped. Moreno bounces off, goes the other way. What a exhilarating run. Does he get in? I think so.
I did too.
He sticks his left hand down and puts the ball over the line. And I want you to be aggressive from the very first play, and let's go toe-to-toe and see what happens.
Here's the handoff to Knowshon Moreno, breaks the first tackle. Penalty for taunting, so 30 yards marked off on the kickoff, but Well worth it for Georgia. Here's Moreno into the secondary and cut down at the 44. Stafford hands it off. Moreno. Whoa, what a force he's been. Now the chase. There's an angle, and he's knocked out of bounds, but it'll be first and goal.
How slow he comes up. That was an eraser play last year. This year, there's no eraser. Moreno back in this football game.
They'll ride him again. He does a nice spin move, breaks a tackle, and darts out to the 48, 49-yard line. Here's the toss to Moreno. He breaks into the open, and he's got another first down. Georgia. He'll get it again. He goes left again. He's to the 5. First and goal, Georgia. Here's Stafford. Moreno. Got it. Touchdown, Georgia.
Knowshon Moreno, 80 yards on this run.
All right, you know what? This is the first freshman in Georgia to run for 1,000 yards since.
Oh, let me guess. Herschel Walker?
Good job, Herschel. Hey, you know, we got a tip off on that. Benny told us, watch out for Moreno this year.
3 wides. A handoff. Knowshon Moreno. He does provide a little energy to this football team. 3rd down, 11. Kansas, of course, has Oklahoma State tonight. Undefeated. Here's Stafford. Tries to flip it out. He does to Moreno. He's got some blocks. At the 42-yard line, first down. With his arms up, pointing at the linebackers. And hands it off. Knowshon Moreno, number 24.
I'm not taking anything away from Thomas Brown. He's been a warrior here for Georgia. But this guy is a special talent.
With a first down at their own 23-yard line. Holding obviously came on the Moreno run rather than the kickoff. 2nd down and 8 here, Tim. I formation, Stafford, toss. Moreno, he's got some room. Cut, what a cut! Jeez. What a cut, touchdown Georgia. Lingerie on the field.
Beautifully blocked, beautifully run. Block down, kick out, wrap around, fullback on the corner, and then your best man with that hole right there. Just watch this. Look at this. Great block. Now watch him sink his hips. He'll sink his hips and make the cut. Beautiful play. You cannot do it any better than that.
It's Zach Etheridge, number 4, who's looking for something that he lost.
That's right.
And it's 2nd down and 18. Moreno shakes the first tackle, spins. There's another flag. This kid is something really special.
And this is the SEC. This isn't, you know, Division III. Look at that effort. Look at that determination. And yes, I understand the strategy of giving him blows, but you can see how valuable he is. This should have been nothing. That's Trey Blackman right there. That is a big-time linebacker he's running through.
I formation. They snap it. Moreno, how about that? Touchdown, Georgia. He made a 2-foot move to his right as quick as anything you'll ever see.
Well, that's the comparison that Auburn had to Cadillac Williams.
Impressed with these freshman offensive linemen that have been playing pretty well against this aggressive defensive line.
There, Moreno found a little crease into the secondary, and he's got a first down. Here's a toss. Moreno outside. He's got the first down. That's Catherine. That's Mark Rick's wife. And here's Knowshon Moreno trying to take it outside. Got the corner. Nice run by Moreno. Boy, he's done a big job on this last drive.
And where Moreno ranks with his 1,200-plus yards, he breaks it to the outside. Moreno, touchdown, Georgia. Stafford dumps it off to Moreno. Spins out of a couple of tackles and bangs his way to the 10. First down, Dogs.
So now you've got Brown and Moreno in the game. Now watch what they do. They swing Brown, number 20, let the pursuit bypass, and dump it inside to Moreno. Now he gets Velasco, 75 out front. 67, Chester Big Cheese Adams. Have them overcommit, hit them inside.
Moreno will get it again. It's into the end zone for the second time tonight.
But he was much more of a power and speed guy, would run away from you as well as run over you.
Moreno running through would-be tacklers and down to the 15.
Moreno, first carry of the season. Bounces off one man, weaves his way through the defense, gets down to the Georgia Southern 39-yard line.
Well, look at him. It's tough to get a hand on him, much less get him on the ground. Yards after contact. Remember Carnell Williams with Auburn? He was great at that. Knowshon Moreno, that same type athleticism at running back. You might have trouble getting 24 on the ground.
Moreno, touchdown. Georgia leads 6-0. Knowshon Moreno still standing to his left. Cox will dump it off to Knowshon. And Knowshon gets it up to the 36-yard line. Stafford slings it sidearm underneath the Knowshon Moreno. This could be trouble for the Eagles. Moreno takes on a man downfield.
Well, what you got to love about Moreno, he's multi-skilled. He can run it, he can catch it, and he finishes the runs. You won't see him run out of bounds. He's trying to get another 3 to 5. He's going to take somebody on.
A.J. McCray, number 2, tried to get in front of him and eventually did trip him up. He was trying to strip more of the ball after the catch. Moreno, and touchdown, Knowshon Moreno. 47 yards on the pass play, and Matthew Stafford is getting close to his career high in passing, which was 267 yards. Moreno gallops for the pylon and scores the touchdown.
Well, that's 2 plays, 71 yards and a touchdown.
The give is to Moreno. First down and then some.
This is almost assuredly a pass down for most offenses. But look at the block right there. Great block there by Tripp, number 75. That's what sprung it.
As Stafford works out of the gun from his own end zone. It's Moreno. 2 cuts to get open. And wrestled down.
This is just like a little slip screen. Look at the lineman. See him bailing out here? Look at that block right to the left right there. That was Vince Vance, the big guard, number 72. And that's what sprung it open.
Moreno cuts back. He's in this time. Touchdown, Georgia.
Find Moreno. Look out there. Find Massaquoi. And let Stafford manage the game.
Knowshon. Stiff arms down the sideline. Touchdown.
I'll tell you what I was impressed with, the stiff arm. Watch the stiff arm right in here. Bang! He just pushes him away and runs the last 25 yards in. And what a dive. Watch this again. Watch this dive. He just pushes the defender away. And watch this dive for the end zone. He just gets inside the pylon. You see how it broke? The ball came across and broke the pylon. If it touches the pylon, it's a touchdown. He was airborne. That's a touchdown. A lot of action going on, a lot of flashing going on.
Moreno. Nice cut back. Look at him jump the defender! Oh, baby!
Oh, man, what a play. Look at the tail end of this. He jumps over him, and it wasn't like he was squatting down. He's up about 4 feet tall and gets an extra 4 or 5 yards again. Look at the fans react because they see it on that jumbotron in the end zone. Watch him set up his blockers and cut back against the grain. You don't see any slow up right there. And that fans went crazy when he went over top. Again, he makes cuts at full speed. That's better than Herschel Walker, who used to run you over. I never saw Herschel Walker do that. A lot of guys with speed.
Here's Knowshon. touchdown.
I just love the vision that he has into the hole. He sees the hole develop before he gets there. He makes great cuts on his play. This is just a little simple misdirection handoff, and you see him just explode. Find the hole. He uses those arms, dives for the end zone.
On 1st down and 10, Stafford toss. Moreno coming left, skips. He's got a great lateral move, as you just saw. 1st and goal from the 4. In the eye, they toss to Moreno. He goes left. He's got a blocker in front, but a nice
Look at
go.
that.
Oh, my God.
Look at this.
Touchdown.
Linebackers well off the line of scrimmage, waiting to read the play. Knowshon can make you miss. Has a gap to the 28-yard line. Stafford showing the poise of a veteran. Going to run the toss play. And Knowshon running for the corner, jumps for the end zone. Touchdown. He vaults in. Knowshon Moreno.
How about the block here by Chappis, the fullback? The guard leads around to lead him in, and then the athletic ability. Knowshon Moreno with the hops we saw earlier this year against Central Michigan. He goes Reggie Bush into the corner of the end zone for a beautiful touchdown to the Dogs. Oh my gosh,
this is as good as it gets.
Look at this. Into the
and our
corner,
cameraman
up
captured
in the
it.
air. Woo!
Look.
That was pretty.
Wonder what is vertical. Moreno, easy 6. The reason why he's on the bench, Matthew Stafford and Joe Cox. And here comes the big fella running to daylight. Moreno, the 45, the 40, and steps out of bounds. Even though he has scored 2 touchdowns, and here he comes again. Knowshon this time running to the sideline, running powerfully to the 29-yard line. A surprise Rose Bowl participant last year be able to hang on this season. We shall see next Saturday night what unfolds. And somewhat surprising to see Moreno. There's a penalty flag. Is that another face mask? To the 60s. See when they ventured west of the Mississippi. Here's Moreno ripping loose again.
Stafford wants a screen. Moreno. They love to throw screens, especially against an aggressive defense. Moreno is back in out of the eye. He'll get the toss. Dives to the pylon. Get there. The ball hit the pylon, and it's a touchdown.
And the Bulldogs of Georgia, I formation. A pitch, Moreno finds a hole, doesn't need much room, and battles his way to the 40-yard line. Georgia bunches 3 wide receivers, top of your screen. Now the pitch, Knowshon Moreno finds room, turns the corner. Boy, he will deliver the hit. Did you see him lower the pads? Here in the 2nd quarter at the 38-yard line. Moreno, the pitch, has room. He's outside. Oh, what a spin up midfield, and it crawls his way for Matthew Stafford. On 3rd down and 8, lines up, shotgun in his own end zone, rolls out, throws over the top, caught. Moreno breaks 1 tackle. Pitch, Moreno.
On 2nd down and 7, here's Moreno. 1st down out over the 40.
Pitches the ball to Knowshon Moreno. Moreno at the 25, down inside the 30 now. Georgia, this is a play they love to feature. Pull Ben Jones, the center, out in front. Good job of Moreno. There's the classic stiff arm. Moreno so strong in the upper body.
Here's Moreno trying to get the corner. Making a couple of players miss, and he'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of 12.
The fullback gets the block there just enough, and then look at the receivers trying to get in front. Just trying to stay in front and give Knowshon Moreno an opportunity to run it.
That's what Vanderbilt has had to deal with today in terms of an average. Here they go out of the eye, do the Bulldogs. Good spin move by Moreno. Knowshon driving, powering his way down to the Vanderbilt 42.
Chappis is going to get another big block out in front. It creates an opportunity. Of course, Knowshon's move in the hole to make a player miss, and that's for 2 pretty good football players.
Here's Moreno. Huge hole off the right side. Knowshon inside the 25 to the 24. Georgia lines up in that I. Toss sweep, Moreno. Cuts it back. Knowshon to the 40. And run out of bounds at the 46-yard line by DJ Moore. Here's Moreno, left side. He should get to the corner, and he does so. Denied once, but not denied twice. Touchdown, Georgia. And a 3-and-out. Georgia's last possession. They'll hand it off to Moreno. Knowshon knows what to do with it. Find some room and pick up the first down out over the 15 to the 19-yard line with 139 yards on 19 carries. We'll get another carry. And it's another big gainer. Give him 14. That gives him 11 on the year. He came in leading the conference in rushing touchdowns and scoring. Look at Moreno go. Breaking a couple tackles.
Toss, left side. Moreno. How about that nifty little move? All the way to the 25-yard line. Here's the toss, Moreno. So patient. And he breaks loose. He does not have great speed. And he's in a foot race and is not caught from behind. Touchdown, Georgia.
Holy cow.
68 yards. Derry Beckwith, the middle linebacker, chasing him.
Well, it was so patient. Vern made the call. Patient at the line of scrimmage, readjust, and then accelerate. Derry Beckwith got out of whack. He got too wide. The coaches told us we want to play everything inside out and force Moreno wide. They didn't do it. Gashed them for 7 points.
It's 2-0 in this game. 2 interceptions by the Bulldogs. Here's the toss. Moreno goes left. Sutherland helping him. Gets a block on Shepard.
Stafford goes downfield.
Stafford out of the spread on first down. Right side. Perfectly placed pass. It's caught right side, and another first down for Georgia. Knowshon Moreno. I formation. Hand off on the draw. Moreno gets a block on the edge from Ben Jones, the center.
Look at this guy.
And Moreno spins and drives down near the 10-yard line.
This is a wonderfully designed play, and believe me, it was designed. This ball started one way, but it was a designed cutback.
This is Sutherland, the fullback. The toss, and Sutherland leads the way. Moreno inside the 40, spins and picks up 2 additional yards. Moreno goes right. Look at him hurdle. Almost broke it. He's down at the 47-yard line.
It's a pretty successful running game here for Georgia. It's been loosened up with the play-action pass. The I formation play-action pass has been devastating.
Out of the I formation, first handoff goes to Moreno. He's got plenty of room. He's to midfield and hit and dropped.
Moreno loves the cutback. Excellent job of seeing the crease to the backside, and all Georgia does is stay on their blocks and let Moreno run to late daylight.
Stafford has all day. Now he runs, fires. Moreno caught, turns upfield, midfield. Plenty of running room. Down to the 33-yard line of Kentucky.
You could see Matthew Stafford when he gets out of the pocket to his right. He's going to wave at Moreno. Come back to me a little bit. He does. He presents his numbers to his quarterback. Good throw. And then Moreno just does what he does. Gets out in the open field.
That's Sutherland in motion, the fullback. He'll hand it off to Moreno inside the 5. Driving touchdown, Georgia.
When you can run it right at him like that, you know, really no reason to have to execute out on the edge.
Boy, big is an understatement. As the Dogs approach their 8th play of this drive, they will hand it off to Moreno. First down, breaking tackles to the 5, touchdown. What a run for Knowshon Moreno.
Boy, he's so hard to get on the ground. Knowshon Moreno with his spin move. He lays 2 Kentucky Wildcats in his wake.
Out of the I formation, here's Moreno to the 10, 5, touchdown Georgia. Moreno with the first handoff. He has some running room. He is out near the first down marker. Out of the shotgun on a 1st down and 10. Here's a handoff. Moreno has plenty of room up the middle. Breaks a tackle inside the 40 down to the 35-yard line.
Well, Dave, good game planning here now. You spread the defense. Ben Jones gets the block from the center spot up on Tez Doolittle.
Handoff, Knowshon Moreno breaks a couple of tackles. Knowshon to the 20. Here's Moreno. 1st down and then some into Auburn territory at the 46-yard line.
There's no linebacker to the wide side of the field. He's moved out wide because they've got 3 receivers in the game, and there's the lane, the gap orientations.
Chappis, a fullback in motion. They'll play fake to Moreno and then throw it to him, and he's got all kinds of daylight and blockers. Moreno inside the 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Georgia.
The first part of it is how athletic the offensive line is. Cordy Glenn and Ben Jones are going to get out in front of Moreno. Look at the 2 big fellas out blocking.
Here's Moreno, 1st down at the 30.
Well, this is where Massaquoi has been his guy on 3rd down.
Stafford over the middle, hits Moreno, 1st down, Georgia. Chappis in motion on 2nd down and 8. Here goes Moreno, 1st down, Dogs out over the 30.
Stafford, shotgun, hands off, Moreno. The leading rusher in the SEC pounds his way for 12. Massaquoi and Moore, the 2 wide receivers, set to the top of your screen. Hand off, 1st man through. Doesn't need much. 9 carries, 36 yards here in the opening quarter. Under 1:30 to play. A sidearm slingshot. How about that? At the 45-yard line. Moreno up the middle. You cannot shoulder tackle this guy. Georgia today 0 for 1 on 4th down. And from the eye, Stafford goes under center. Moreno, watch out, 20, turns the corner, 10, 5, touchdown, Georgia! What a tremendous effort by Knowshon Moreno.
Greg, we said somebody had to step up here. Knowshon Moreno's not a senior, but of course they're playing for these seniors here in Athens. And what a great run from Knowshon Moreno. He got a terrific block up front from Sean Chappis.
As Stafford now goes back to work. Lays it out in the hands of Moreno. So dangerous, 40. Spins out of a tackle, 45. And the midfield is Knowshon Moreno. Tech showing blitz. Stafford, shotgun. Sets up the screen in the flat hole, a one-handed catch. Moreno at the 25-20. Moreno 15 stacked up and dropped at the 13.
Dave Walmet comes with another blitz, and it's the same screen. Look at the athleticism, the ability by Moreno to take it in with one hand, forces Tony Clark to miss the tackle.
The players have enjoyed this trip immensely. Stafford to Moreno in the flat. Nice cut. Those were 2 guys about as centered and as realistic as any people you will ever meet. Stafford looks for the end zone. Moreno, touchdown.
Wow, beautiful.
What a throw.
As good as a player as Greg Jones is, he's in man-to-man coverage against Knowshon Moreno. Over the top, 1 foot in. Well, the ball crossed the pylon. Let's see. The foot looked like it came down out of... No, I think his right foot may have come in before the left foot, and then the ball crossed the pylon.
You're absolutely right. The first foot is down, inbounds. The second foot hit the white line, but it was in the end zone after he's already there.